Good afternoon and welcome to a very special episode of How Do You Do? I'm Perry Winkle. Behind me stands an empty desk adorned with 7 bottles filled to the brim with enough Scoville units to give you a serious case of heartburn. I'm talking, of course, about hot sauce. And the word of today is redemption for Talon Bigelow as he faces the heat wave. From the Storybook Theater at NWCT, it's the How Do You Do Show with Talon Bigelow. Today's guest, Jake Newcomb. Plus, a performance from Kids Company.
Now, even if you're someone who likes spicy food, 7 hot sauces might be a lot in a given day. I needed some advice, so I reached out to friend of the show, Rachel Brown. Hey Rachel, thanks for joining me.
Nice to be here.
Let me tell you a little bit about what I'm doing. I'm going to be eating some hot sauces soon. Last time I ate something pretty spicy, it wasn't my my favorite experience. I kind of panicked, you know. Things were so hot, I just wanted it out of my mouth. Water wasn't helping. It was a bad time. I understand you eat a lot of spicy food. What is your experience with spice?
Every year we go to the Hot Sauce Festival, which is in OMSI's parking lot in August, which is right around my birthday. And we go into training usually about 6 months ahead of time. So
6 months?
I don't know that you have that much time.
You actually train to go to this hot sauce festival. What does that look like? What does that entail?
I strongly suggest you start putting some level of spice on your foods, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And I would also suggest that your spiciest meal of the day is lunch, because you're kind of up already, your body's awake. You're usually moving around a lot more afterwards. It cannot be fun to eat a lot of spice and then just veg out the rest of the day. Your body needs to process the spice.
If on the day something's getting like too spicy, what is the best way to handle it? Because water doesn't seem to help.
Yes, definitely milk is a go-to if you need to cool your mouth down, but I actually think the best thing to do if you can handle it is just wait it out.
Wait it out, okay.
I find it will just dissipate faster if you can just distract yourself, wait it out. It seems to go away the fastest that way.
And with that, I was ready to begin training. My only question left, would it be enough?
Spring theater classes are on sale now. Weekday after school and Saturday classes are available for ages 4 to 14. March 29th through May 1st. Sign up today at nwcts.org. Welcome back, folks. We are moments away from the kickoff of Talon facing the heat wave. Final checks are underway. Now Talon is facing 7 local sauces of varying intensity. They're going to start mild, but they will be ramping up fairly quickly. I see Talon giving the thumbs up. Good luck, Talon. We'll see you on the other side. 5, 4, 3, here we go.
You may not have seen our next guest last time you saw a show at the Northwest Children's Theater, but you may have heard their handiwork as sound designer. They also have their own brand of hot sauce. Please welcome Jake Newcomb. Jake, how you doing?
I'm doing well, Talon. Good to see you.
We are going to take on some hot sauces today. And before we got started, I mean, obviously you do a lot of great sound work around town and other places, I believe, but this seems like a pivot from sound design. I want to know, how did you start a hot sauce?
Yeah, so I used to be the sound designer and engineer for the Northwest Children's Theater for, I think, 4 to 5 seasons. Great company, great job. But then when COVID hit, obviously the event and theater and art and, theater community and industry flipped upside down. And I was just coming back from a trip to Mexico where I was backpacking in the Yucatan Peninsula. And eating a lot of hot sauce and tasty food and street tacos, and came back and decided to play with recipes and create my own hot sauce. I was also inspired by a friend from Boston who was making a raspberry habanero hot sauce. I thought that was interesting when I visited him when I went home, and because I'm from New England. And so one thing naturally, organically snowballed into another, and we started a hot sauce company. So launched a Kickstarter campaign to get all the FDA requirements, all the licensing, all the LLC fees, everything you need to just start. Got that funded, and then since then we've become like a full-time company. So still taking on sound gigs occasionally when they pop up. So, but yeah, for the most part, Nuke's hot sauce was born then and has been a full-time job since then. So
Awesome. I was shopping around, and I was so happy to see Nuke's in stores I was at. And I was like, that was so cool for me. So real glad to have you here. I think we should get started. I think we should start with sauce number 1. And you want to tell us about it?
sure. So sauce number 1 is the mildest Nuke sauce. It's called the Groovy Green hot sauce. Our mildest sauce, it's also our sweetest sauce. So I'll read off the ingredients. We have vinegar, water, Granny Smith apple, serrano and jalapeno peppers, maple syrup, that's the New Englander in me, some roasted tomatillo, green bell pepper, onion, lime juice, sugar, garlic, and salt. So this one should have a sweetness to it, and it shouldn't be too hot. Actually, the one I'm holding right now I cooked yesterday, so mine's super fresh.
Oh, nice. Well, cheers. I'm going to go ahead and dig in.
Oh yeah. I like playing with fruit in the recipes. The sweetness really helps combat the heat of the peppers. So this one was also featured in Fuego Box in the end of last year, which is a subscription company for hot sauces.
Oh, that's so cool.
So at the time, and still is, it's our biggest order. I had to make 3,000 bottles in about a month's time. For me, that's a lot. For some people, they snap their fingers and it's done. But
I mean, yeah, first of all, that's delicious.
thank you.
I don't even know really the process of making a sauce. So obviously you have all these ingredients, and I know what those are, but like, how do you condense that to a sauce? And then when you're making something like an order like that, 3,000 bottles, is that all coming out of like your own kitchen, or
Yeah.
rent one? Like, yeah?
Good questions. So the sauce itself, basically my strategy is getting produce like the day before I cook it. I like to keep things fresh and natural, and I just put it in a blender and I blend it. There's all sorts of codes that you have to follow to make a hot sauce shelf stable. It's an acidified food, so you have to bring it up to a temperature of usually 180 degrees or more to kill any bacteria, and then you have to follow certain bottling procedures, and then the pH level has to be below 4.0 so that no bacteria can continue to grow once it is bottled. So that's a part of the process of cooking. There's much more to learn in that regard, but that's the basic rules by the FDA. And then in Oregon, you can actually have a home domestic kitchen license where you can be an acidified foods creator, which is what I am. And then you can cook it out of your own kitchen, but I also use a co-packer at times on big orders like that, which is, hiring a small crew to make it for you in like a commercial kitchen or things like that. But so yeah.
This is impressive. I'm ready for sauce number 2 if you are.
So sauce number 2 is the original Nuke's. It was the first recipe I ever made. It is called the Kinda Mild. I used to call it the Nuke's Mild. And then the Portland Farmers Market, my friends at the Portland Farmers Market said, it's delicious, but it's not mild. There's habanero in there. You don't know what mild is. So I decided, and I was getting that, it's so hard. Heat is so subjective. So I just decided to call it the Kinda Mild.
I like it.
There's bananas in here, the fruit banana. So bananas, habanero, tomatoes, carrot, onion, garlic, agave nectar, serranos, sea salt, some vinegar.
Cheers. Wow. I like the banana.
Yeah, it's pretty subtle. but the sweetness of the banana and the agave is really nice to play with the habanero. I really love habanero. I love the fruity, like floral flavor of a habanero pepper, but it's pretty mean unless you sweeten it out with something. So.
Yeah, do you want to tell us about the next sauce?
Yeah, so the next one is a fellow Portland hot sauce maker's sauce, Sarah Marshall of Marshall's Hot Sauce. This is her newest one, I believe. I was reading online. It is called the Bird's Eye Basil.
While we're enjoying sauce number 3, I want to bring on something to make this interview a little spicier. Folks, you know him, you love him. NWCT favorite resident stage manager and mint questioner, Roger Monroe, is joining us on the call. Hey, Roger.
Hello.
My old friend, Roger.
I wanted you here because I wanted to make more of a game of this. I was thinking you could give us some trivia questions while we enjoy each of these remaining hot sauces. And here's the catch. Any answer we get wrong, obviously we're still going to try the sauce that the question's on, but any wrong answers are going to result in an extra dip into the final sauce on the board here, which is the new hot pepper sauce, which is the spiciest on the table. So you're going to want to get these right.
I'm also going to be trying the sauce.
All right, welcome, Roger.
Roger's along for the ride. So you're trying sauce number 3 right now, Roger?
We've got vinegar, leeks, basil, distilled vinegar, jalapeno peppers, Thai bird's eye peppers, and Jacobson sea salt. That's good, right? That's delicious.
Real good.
I'm ready for question number 1 whenever you are.
So question number 1 is, in 1908, this building was founded as A, Mormon church, B, Church of Scientology, or C, Christian Science Church.
Because I am kind of near the front desk a lot, I have to answer people's questions. So I only know this really by being in, within earshot of other people answering the same question. I'm going to go with C.
I will also say C.
You are both correct. C is the correct answer.
All right, moving on to sauce number 4. Tell us about it. Ooh, Secret Aardvark.
So, if you live in Portland, Oregon, you've probably seen this company's sauce at like every single restaurant, right? So, Secret Aardvark is also from Portland. And this one we have is their Drunken Jerk. Rob from Secret Aardvark actually lives in my neighborhood and donated this to us for this. I chose this one because I don't usually see this at the restaurants. I usually see their habanero and their serrano one, and I actually never tried it. It's thinner than their others. It's like a marinade in a lot of ways. It's got a soy sauce base. There is rum in here as well, hence the Drunken Jerk. It's a head nod to Jamaican cuisine, Jamaican jerk. That's delicious.
That's very tasty.
Right? Get that sweetness in there.
I'm already sweating.
Are you sweating? You feeling some
Yeah.
heat from that? Okay.
I get a little heat. I sweat very easily. Like my dad, he was on an episode recently.
Yeah, I watched it.
He's got a shaved head. When he eats anything remotely spicy, immediately dripping, like already, like so fast. One time in the snow, he was just getting hot from like pushing kids around on sleds and stuff. His head was steaming, just like to the naked eye. You could see steam coming off of his like shaved head.
Wow.
I have some of those genes, I think.
I like that. I like that.
Which current NWCT staff member has not played a witch on the main stage of these 4? A, Sarah Jane Hardy, B, Judy Kafori, C, Cindy Kinder, or D, Cindy Simpson?
Wow. Okay, and I gotta answer this. First of all, 4 amazing ladies, right? So when you said A, Sarah Jane Hardy, I was like, that's the answer, right? Because I know she's got a history with acting, but I know she hated putting a mic on. Every time we did a show, she would be like, I don't want to wear a mic. So I'm thinking, for some reason, like, it's probably not her. I don't know. I feel like Cindy, who is not. I feel like both the Cindys have been at the Children's Theater for a while. I'm going to go with Sarah Jane, and I'm just going to gamble with that.
Yeah, this is a tough one. I think some of them, or if not all 3, were. I think The Witches was the play. but I didn't see it, and I've only seen photos, but I don't remember exactly who was in it, and their makeup and stuff. So this is tough. I've also been here the least amount of time. I'm gonna say Judy.
The correct answer is Sarah Jane Hardy.
Yeah, baby.
Judy played the Wicked Witch in
Well done. Well done.
Wizard of Oz, and both Cindys were in The Witches. Sarah Jane has been on the main stage before, just not as a witch.
So with that, let's move on to sauce number 5 of 7.
This is Nuke's Smoky Chipotle Sauce. This is probably our most popular sauce, I think. It's hard to know. It is different than our other sauces because there's no fruit in this one. It has more of an earthy tone with the chipotle peppers and a lot of root vegetables. So I'm a huge fan of beets and cabbage and carrots. So this sauce actually has red beets in it, purple onions, garlic, tomato, very earthy tones on it for sure. We did a sizzle pie pizza with this sauce last year. And it shouldn't be too hot. It's like a medium heat, but it does have a little handful of the Carolina Reaper pepper in there, which is the hottest pepper on the market. Just a smidge.
All right, here we go.
I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I really like that one.
That's very good. I like a chipotle. I like the smokiness.
I use more fresh peppers than I do chipotle peppers in it. So it's not as chipotle-esque as most chipotle sauces.
Let's go question number 3.
Let's get these points stacked. We gotta get Talon sweating.
I got 2 points against me. Jake and Roger, you each have 1.
Our third question is, we have our famous mermaid at the back of the house. The question is a yes or no question. Was the mermaid here before NWCT moved in? Yes or no?
Ha! Ooh.
I want to say no, because it looks so old. But I also feel like I should say yes because it's a very theatrical prop, and I feel like it's a theater thing that probably was in a show, and then the tech director was like, instead of throwing this away, we can tack it on the wall.
So a yes is that it was here before NWCT got here.
I'm gonna say no.
Yeah, I have similar thoughts. I do feel like I don't know what purpose a mermaid statue would serve in a Christian Science church.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say no, it was not here before NWCT.
You are both correct. The
Nice.
mermaid was introduced to us by founding member Carolyn Newsom.
I'll stick with my 2. All right, sauce number 6.
Next up is another Portland staple. This is Hab sauce, garlic turmeric habanero. So I'm gonna read something from his website. Not only is turmeric very beneficial to our health, it's delicious. This sauce has so much flavor without having to add any thickness or sweeteners. Right off the bat, you taste the turmeric, roasted garlic, and tomatillos. It's perfectly balanced with a great acidity and a hint of sweetness. It's hot, but not too hot. Roger, do you have one too? Yeah, I gave you some.
I did.
Habs.
It's starting to warm up.
David of Hab Sauce helped me a lot when I first started. I was harassing him on Instagram messages, asking him so many questions, and he answered all of them. So let's try this one.
Wow,
It's good. That's good.
it's delicious.
That's my kind of heat right there.
Very flavorful.
He actually, my favorite of his is, if you ever see it, you have to get it. It's a spicy soy sauce. It's very good. My mouth is burning a little bit here. I'm gonna take a little sip of this LaCroix.
Similar. I am trying to. I sat down with Rachel Brown before this, and she says nothing at all might be the best solution and just letting it pass. So I'm trying.
All right, another question. So last season, we had the sisters Libby and Cordy Ruthie in a show together, How I Became a Pirate. So the question is, how many sets of siblings have we had at Northwest Children's Theater? Not necessarily in the same show, but in the program together. And the answers are A, 20 to 40, B, 40 to 60, or C, 60 to 80. And these are sets, not individuals.
How long has the Children's Theater been around for?
22 years now?
I'm gonna go with C. I'm gonna go with the biggest one.
A lot of siblings, but let's see. I have to do some math here. I've been here for about 3 years. How many pairs of siblings have I seen? Like, I feel like maybe less than 10. I'm gonna go 40 to 60.
Don't forget about the secret siblings. The siblings that you never knew were related and then you find out one day.
That's true. Are we counting secret siblings, right?
Well, if I don't know that they're siblings, then obviously they can't count.
I'll go with 40 to 60. That feels like a number I'm comfortable guessing.
The correct answer is exactly, and this is helped with Eric James, who helped me before I was here. We've counted as many as we can recall, and we made it to 68.
Wow. Okay.
Ooh, Talon. You're
All right.
triple dipping in that Nukes.
I'm triple dipping.
Nukes Hot is gonna get you. Maybe, maybe not.
Maybe not. Maybe I've well trained. Maybe I mastered it.
It's pretty gentle. Just remember that as you put it on.
Okay. Well, why don't you tell us more about Nukes Hot Pepper Sauce?
All right, so this is our hottest sauce. This is the Nukes Hot Pepper Sauce. It is the same recipe as the original sauce, the kind of mild, except I took the habanero ratio and I multiplied it by 2, so we have double habanero, and then I added in a pretty generous amount of Carolina Reaper. It's the hottest pepper on the market. I don't think I'll ever make a sauce that's hotter for me. I went pretty hard, but I've had this before.
I'm gonna try it. This is my first dip of this.
Roger, you got it?
Oh yeah, I've had it.
Roger, are you eating it?
I barely tasted it at the beginning, but now I'm tasting it.
Yeah.
I'm doing it.
I don't know why I'm scared. It's my own sauce. I made it.
Okay. All right. I still got that sweetness. The heat is creeping in. That was dip 1.
It builds on this one.
You never know. Some hot sauces I feel like will immediately take effect. Some,
No, this lingers.
and this one
Yeah.
keeps building.
Yeah. There it is.
All right, that was dip number 1. I'm gonna go to number 2 now. Woof. This is doing it.
Do I have to do any more?
You had 2 total.
Okay, yeah. Lay it on me. Whew,
We do have one more question, and lay it on us. It's doing it. Okay. Last question.
All right. So many of the youth performers that go through Northwest Children's Theater have gone on to acting careers. So the question is, which comic realm has some of our alumni gone into? A, the Marvel Universe, B, the DC Universe, or C, both?
We can switch it up. You can answer first.
Wow.
The Nuke's hot that's hot. Why would they make it this hot?
Who did this? I will go first. I don't know if you can see on the Zoom call, but at home in HD, you can see how sweaty I'm getting. So, okay, I'm a big Marvel fan. I feel like, talking just makes it worse. Okay. I feel like I'd know
Yeah.
if any of our alumni were somehow involved with Marvel, but yeah. You know what? I do know there is a connection. There is a connection to Marvel Comics I am aware of. I don't know about DC, but no. This is tricky. I do think I know someone who has had a child in our programs who has done work for both Marvel and DC Comics, but I don't think it counts if it's the parent. I'm gonna go with Jess Marvel, I guess. Jess Marvel. That's my answer.
Just Marvel. Just to make things
Marvel.
interesting, Roger, you know me. Every time you'd come around the theater and ask movie trivia, I usually had no idea. I'm not good with actors' names, and I'm definitely not good with Marvel. It's not my thing. I will say DC Comics and that's pretty spicy, I think.
Why did I say just Marvel? I think I meant to say both.
Oh,
Because
he's
I was making
delirious.
an argument, right? I'm delirious. I'm going to go with just Marvel. We're going to stick with it. And I've had to take another dip. I'm already halfway to 4. I'm going to take number 3. Let's do it.
Well, the correct answer is both.
Oh, God.
We have had Haley Sales, who is in Meet Me in St. Louis, for us. She played Deadpool's wife Cable's wife in Deadpool 2.
What?
And Michael Cassidy, who is in our first Hobbit, played Jimmy Olsen in Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice.
Wow.
Wow. Those are some meaty roles. Okay. Well, for that, I have to add another dip of this Nuke's Hot.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm still on number 3. So I've got 2 more.
I'm going with
Wow.
you.
We're going to just ride this out now.
So I think when I made this sauce, it's right on the cusp of where I tap out. It's like people think since I started a hot sauce company that I love incredibly spicy stuff and I always want to eat raw peppers and stuff like that. I'm not like that at all. So this one's more for those extreme pepperheads. But I do like to use it on a special occasion like today. My mouth is on fire,
Hey.
though.
As far as sauces of this heat go, the flavor of this is really delicious. And it's keeping me, I'm enjoying eating it. I do think sometimes things
Thank you.
get so hot that they're just not enjoyable anymore. This is really perfect. This is I'll use this on a frequent basis.
Thank you.
This is by number 4, my last one.
No, okay.
Here we go. I feel good and sweaty. Pretty satisfying gauntlet of hot sauces. And the Nuke's sauces are so delicious. I thank you for bringing these and supplying me with them. I'm really excited. I just scammed you out of 4 bottles of hot sauces just so I could.
Yeah, you and Roger. No, you're very welcome. I'm glad to be on here. It's fun to see you guys and chat.
What's next for Nukes?
I have a new recipe that's going to drop soon. Mango habanero elderflower sauce. And then farmers markets are popping off soon as we enter spring, go until the fall. Yeah, a couple other things I'm sure, but I got a website and stuff. People can find it and figure it all out. So,
Jake Newcomb, Roger Monroe, thank you both for being here and letting us go out with a bang on the season finale of How Do You Do? And now I'm just gonna sit here and wait for my mouth to cool down.
yeah, thanks for having me on. Good to see you guys.
Woo! All right. I just took a big step in making hot sauce a part of my life again, and now it's finally time to cool down. I got some milk. Actually, I got chocolate milk just because, it's better. So why wouldn't you? Anyway, cooling down with some milk. Also going to cool down with a performance from Northwest Children's Theater's Kids Company from their show, Big Steps. Here they are performing Mr. Blue Sky, Northwest Children's Theater's Kids Company.
The sun is shining in the sky. There ain't a cloud inside. It stopped raining. Everybody's in the plane. And don't you know it's a beautiful new day? Hey, running down the avenue, see how the sun shines brightly in the city,
On the streets where once was pity.
Mr. Blue Sky is living here today. Hey, Mr. Blue Sky, please tell us why you had to hide away for so long. So where did we go wrong? Mr. Blue Sky, please tell us why you had to hide away for so long. Where did we go wrong? Hey there, Mr. Blue, we're so pleased to be with you.
Well, that's our show, and that's this season of How Do You Do? I want to thank our guests, Roger Monroe, Rachel Brown, the cast of Kids Company, and Jake Newcomb for bringing his hot sauce here, which were... Hey, Perry?
Yeah.
Do you happen to know where the hot sauce went?
Oh, well, it looked like you were done with them, so I finished them and threw them away.
You drank it?
Yeah, kind of like a spicy smoothie.
Is there anything you can't eat?
Olives?
I'm going to pick up some more bottles of Nuke's hot sauce. You can do the same at nukesauces.com. Thank you so much for having fun with us all season. It's been a blast. We're going to be back before too long. So until then, stay safe, wash your hands, wear a mask, try something spicy. But, be careful.